so we're on Mendenhall. When you get close to these power lines here, right there is the turnoff for the last dirt descent. It's supposed to be fairly steep. Not a lot of traffic on this section we're going to get to. You can kind of identify it by that little white gate. There's a little washout, I think, right up here. So be careful. Yeah, there's a little washout. I think David will probably go down to the gate. So the gate's down there where David's at. But you can ride across the top here and right over it. Skip the whole gate thing. Should be unlocked. Yeah, so the gate should be unlocked. Okay. So this is the turn off of Mendenhall. There's a gate down here. And if you don't want to go and get off your bike at the gate, looks like you can come right from up here. So you come down over this. Don't go that way, but go that way. Go right around the gate. Maybe leave it a little open there, yeah? See if it stays open for the next week. Okay, David opened the gate. Okay. So this section here has much less traffic.
Let's get up.
And it's on the map here. It says it drops off pretty steep. So I haven't ridden this in a really long time, maybe 10 years. So we'll see what happens. Where you going, D? Oh. D. Kennedy. Chunky rocks here. They're all loose too. Definitely rideable. Definitely rideable, David. Map says it hasn't gotten really steep yet, so we'll see what happens. But this section is loose, chunky. It's not bad though, really. Don't think it's too bad. Pretty good little view right here. This is where maybe a mountain bike might be good, but pretty much everything else on the route, other than the really steep climb, should be rideable. So just depending on the gear choice that you've got. Where's David at? He's going like 2 miles an hour. So, okay, we'll pause it here for a second and wait for David to catch up. Not that it's of any... Says he doesn't like this, but don't do what David does. For some reason, David likes to sit on his top tube and just have one foot out, which I don't know how he feels safe doing that, but I wouldn't recommend that. So we're going down. David's not so stoked. I would say just take your time, because you're almost to pretty much tarmac the whole way. So not no reason to risk crashing or getting a gnarly flat tire just for this little section here. Ooh, look at this little guy. Ooh, there's a nice little washout. Okay, ooh. There we go. Uh-oh. These rocks are also really sharp, so try to pick your line, keep your pace easy so that you don't rip your tire in half. Someone rode it in front of us. It looked like they were on some pretty narrow tires too, from the tracks that they're leaving here. I don't know if I picked the right line here, but we're gonna ride it out anyways. Ooh, there's a good little washout. Over the tree. Small one though. Okay. This is chunky right here. Not a good line here. Whew. David's not going to be stoked with that section. Probably safest just to walk some of that, but at least if you're on a gravel bike, I think a mountain bike, it's no problem. Whew. That tire went over that one. And this could definitely change a little bit. I mean, we just climbed up Mendenhall from Little T. We rode it, I don't know, 3 days ago, 4 days ago, and there was a brand new trail covering, rock slide. So definitely can change. Ooh, this one's tricky. Oh, I shouldn't have gone that side. Should have gone over there. Oh well. Okay, let's get back on our bike here. Whew. Okay. Now I feel like David. Okay. I can ride that. We got this. Whew. That's got a pretty hard bottom out there. So, nice little washout here. Okay, there's another one here. Let's see. Little hike, little push here. Bad view though. Pretty nice. You can see Little T right there. That's the road that we're riding toward. Oh, here's like it's a little soft. It looks sweet. A little roll into this next rock garden. Definitely rocky. So be safe, be careful. Ooh, that's real soft. Woohoo! That is soft. And half the rocks kind of roll when you hit them, and the other half pretty much just bounce you off the saddle. So just be careful. They're all sharp. So here's another. Maybe we can ride this section. Nope. Definitely can't ride that. Okay. least I can't. Someone probably can. I can't do it on this bike, I'll tell you that much. Okay. Couple sections through here. So really, there's, I think they cleaned it up, but the very beginning, when you turn off Big T, you kind of drop down into a little valley over there, which you'll have already done. There might be a little hike bike there. I've ridden it, and I had seen that someone in December had gone and done some trail work, so it's probably cleaner than it was. But this section might be the only hike-a-bike section in the whole thing. So we're gonna hang out here in the shade, even though it is pretty chilly, and wait for David, who I have a feeling it's gonna be a few minutes. David made it to here. David, how much of that do you think you rode? Not much of it?
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Not
better on a mountain bike.
I mean, it's going to be one of the roughest sections.
I think it is the hardest, roughest
Definitely
section.
chunky. It's very deceiving on the map because it's all downhill.
It's all downhill and it's fairly short.
It's taking us longer.
It's way longer. If we were stayed on Mendenhall, it'd take you about, I don't know, 6 minutes from there to get to the car, or to get to the tarmac where it's all smooth. And this is gonna take significantly longer. So, what do you think? Can you ride any of this, David? You could. Not yet. Okay. Not for more than a minute. Uh-oh. Okay. Oh. Yeah. These are pretty loose right here, so probably best to walk them. David, you're stabbing me here.
For me, the combination of just the big rocks and tight corners and
I think.
speed make it super sketchy.
Yeah. Well, you know. Yeah, some of them roll and some of them don't roll, and you're not really sure which ones are going to do which. So, looks like that might have been the heavily washed out section though. Let's see how this section looks. Let's see what this part looks like. Oh, I picked a bad line there. Okay, back to that section. Isn't too bad. Let's just see what happens here. Okay. Woo, that was a bad line. That was your bad one. Probably could have ridden that right there, but kind of in the wrong gear for it. And this is definitely washed out central here. I mean, honestly, it's not too bad. There's not really any plants poking you or anything. So, say it's not bad here. Looks like we're back to being able to ride, most likely. Got David come across there. But even just, as you can see, just being able to ride, even just some of it, keeps the momentum up. So I don't think I would choose a bike solely with this part in mind. But just realizing that if you do, you're going to be close to being done. This will be the end of the hard part, and you'll be pretty tired. So make your own decision, but I'd say 98% of the route is gravel friendly. This part's not really, even on a mountain bike, a lot of this would be tough. So I'd probably still choose the gravel bike just because it's easier to carry. Okay, back up and going. David's back here. Slipped in front of me there while I wasn't paying attention. Okay. That's a little tumbleweed here. See if we can get that over the edge there, at least a little bit. Sometimes those tumbleweeds are all thorns, so David definitely taking a little risk there by just plowing right through it. But to be young, where you going there, bud? Over here? I don't know what David is doing. We're gonna just keep watching though in entertainment. Get your foot on the pedal. This guy. This is a little soft here. Nothing crazy or anything. Let's see what our elevation profile looks like. Okay, we still got quite a bit of descending, and it shows a little tiny, I think we got then a little tiny climb. We're actually going to lower than the road and then have to kind of climb a little bit back out. Not far though. Let's just see what happens here. Take this high line. Ooh. Okay, well this one's bad side. It's okay then, switch it up right here. Okay. Looks like this section actually, I was gonna say this section is a little sketchy because the rocks were really loose and they're kind of half covered in grass. Wait for David. What he does. Oh, see, he sits on his top tube like this. I don't understand why. I don't understand why he does that. It just seems dangerous to me. Just gotta pick a line and try to send it. Woo! That was a little loose. That wasn't too bad though. Got a little tree here. Woo! This is like rock garden heaven. I can see the light though. I can see the end. Woo! Okay, we're gonna keep going. Maybe it'll make it eventually. This is nice. This section's nice. Ooh. A little soft up here, but it all worked out. See where we're at here. There's a hiker. Oh. They got a dog off the leash. Okay, here comes David. I kind of ran into those hikers that had a dog off the leash that almost...
Oh man, that was great.
That wasn't bad. Okay, so then there's a tree down up here. You gotta go kind of high right. Tree down. I think, looks like there's a walk around, a little ride around up here. Oh, there's, you could have walked around the other side too. Probably not ride around the other side. Then there's a little climb here. And you can hear motorcycles and cars up on the road, so we're pretty close. Not too bad, huh, David?
Can't wait.
Can't wait. David said he can't wait.
Can't wait to do it again.
Probably not one that I would otherwise do, but it wasn't too bad. A couple little hike-a-bike sections, lots of rocks. So
It's got a lot of potential.
it has a lot of potential, huh?
There's a lot of potential. If you know, maintenance, clear up some of the rocks would be killer descent.
I thought you died there at one point because I didn't see you for like 10 minutes.
Surprised me. I thought I would have an advantage with the 650B wheels, but it didn't help as much as nearly as much as I thought they would.
So David says he thinks he thought he would have an advantage with 650B and the larger tire, which I would be inclined to agree.
Even with the advantage.
But even with the advantage, there was a little bit of real life struggle there. Not a big deal, made it. But like I was saying earlier, I would not let that section dictate the bike that you're gonna choose. So then here on tarmac, down Little T, back to Burbank. Okay, David just pointed out that even in that small little section there, the grass was pretty cut back. Didn't really scratch up my legs or anything too much, but he said that he caught a couple of ticks. So something to keep an eye on, especially if you're doing most of it by walking, is to just keep an eye on your arms and your legs for ticks. I didn't get any, but the other day on our 4-hour hike-a-bike, I probably got 20. So keep that in mind, stay safe, and we'll see you out there.